What's going on, guys? T-Rick87 here with MG Knights. Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the faction wars that are going on in Destiny 2. As most of you probably know, today is the weekly reset, and along with it came a new event. And basically, you know, luckily the factions are finally back. And this is something that I am super excited about. I always really liked the factions in Destiny 1. My personal favorite was Dead Orbit. I pretty much all three of my characters, I always ran a Warlock, a Hunter, and a Titan, and they all were always Dead Orbit. Today, basically, I just wanted to talk to you guys about, and show you on this, this clip here, I wanted to show you the armor and the weapons. Each faction this week has a special weapon available. First up is Dead Orbit, and they have a scout rifle called Haunted Earth. Now the scout rifle is a slower firing scout rifle, and with higher impact, higher range. It looks pretty sweet, honestly. I don't know if it's going to be a contender for Mina Multi-Tool, but it is something that I personally believe will be highly sought after. As you can also see in the video here. And then next is Future War Cult, which I actually had a hard time finding for whatever reason. The Future War Cult, though, has a pulse rifle available, and the pulse rifle is called the Heart of Time, and it looks pretty sweet also. It's an all-in-one pulse rifle. It's got rapid fire frame, candle PS, steady rounds, dragonfly, tactical mag, impulse MS3. It looks pretty solid. Again, I think this will be another highly sought after weapon between the three factions. After Future War Cult was New Monarchy. And New Monarchy, I think, is going to be the least chosen faction this week, simply because all they have to offer is a, not a scout rifle, a sidearm. And the sidearms, I mean, you know, let's be honest, anybody who's been playing Destiny 2, I feel like the sidearms are pretty weak. I have not found one yet that I truly just love. It is a Suros sidearm, and actually the Suros sidearms tend to have a perk where they have the rapid fire, where they fire like 3 shots in a row. So I thought that was actually pretty cool as well. As far as the factions that I ended up picking, which I think will be a little bit of a surprise to everybody, I had a really hard time. I'm not so much interested in the weapons as I am the armor. I am definitely one of those guys who likes to customize their character and make them look just right. I'm not entirely happy with my Titan right now. I thought the Suros Modular Shine Shader was really cool when I first used it, and then now here I am like a week later, and I just don't love it quite as much. But I have the, you know, there's the Dead Orbit armor for the Titan, which I'll have on the screen here. It's pretty robotic looking. You almost look like one of I think the face mask almost looks like a Predator from you know, the Predator movies. And I wasn't a huge fan, which really bummed me out because like I said, my Titan was almost always Dead Orbit. At the very beginning, he was New Monarchy. The Future War Cult armor, I personally, when I loaded it up, I saw it, and I think it's horrendous. It's, oh my god, awful. Future War Cult is just not for me. It never was for me in Destiny 1. It was too flashy. I remember like the Hunter would have like the Future War Cult logo like scrolling across his visor. You know, it was just too much for me. You know, just too much red, yellow, blue. I could not do it. So other than that, there was also, last but not least, I had a really hard time choosing this actually. I'm going to try and cut this video down because I kept running back and forth between all three factions. There was New Monarchy, and I just, I couldn't help it. I thought it looked really sweet. I think the helmet's kind of weird. I don't really like the helmet as much. But I thought the shaders and the armor, just like, they look really cool. So for my Titan, I actually ended up picking New Monarchy, believe it or not. So I went back and decided that I was going to go through my Titan, or not my Titan, my Hunter and my Warlock really quickly, and just have them as well. You know, pick a faction real quick, and I figured I was initially I figured, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do, you know, Dead Orbit for my Hunter and New Monarchy for my Warlock. It'll work out. It'll look great. So I loaded up Dead Orbit with my Hunter. Did not like it quite as much. It didn't look bad at all. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. It does not look bad. You know, I'm sure a lot of people out there will probably pick Dead Orbit, but it just wasn't the look I was going for with my Hunter. And then I also loaded up Future War Cult. Again, Future War Cult was pretty flashy, which is their style, and again, just I wasn't sure about that either. So I looked at that for a second, and then I went back over to New Monarchy and loaded up the New Monarchy for the Hunter, and God, I thought it looked sweet. It's got the red and the gold, and it's shiny. Was just everything I wanted, and so I actually picked New Monarchy again, for whatever reason. Now, I'm confident, I personally am confident now New Monarchy will not win this week's Faction Wars. And for those of you not in the know with the Faction Wars, basically what everybody's going to be doing is just, you know, strikes, public events, Crucible, the raid, lost sectors. There's going to be a little bit of everything that you need to do, and the more you do them, you gain reputation with these factions. And basically, whoever at the end of the week has the most points, I guess you would say, for the factions is going to be the winner. And that faction will offer its weapon to the people that pledge to it for, I think it was like 1,000 Glimmer, super big discount, and you'll be able to pick that weapon up. Now, if you did not pledge to that faction, even like say, you know, like me, you pledge to New Monarchy, but Dead Orbit ends up winning because everybody goes Dead Orbit. Well, you know, luckily enough, they still will offer the weapon to you. Just it's going to be like 50,000 Glimmer. I think no matter which faction ends up winning, I'm pretty sure that they're all going to be definitely worth picking up. So, you know, obviously we got the Cade chests and everything this week, but make sure you stash away some Glimmer to pick up whichever weapon, just in case your faction doesn't win. So, and then also, just real quickly before I end, I went through with my Warlock, went to Future War Cult, went to Dead Orbit. I thought the Dead Orbit armor was pretty sweet. It looked pretty cool. Went to Future War Cult. It looked like typical Warlock Future War Cult armor. I actually did like that a lot. I was pretty impressed with the Future War Cult designs, and I like the, you know, the coloring on the trench coat and everything. And then I also went back to New Monarchy, of all places, of course, and decided to take a look at that. And my God, the Warlock New Monarchy armor looks so sweet. Maybe I'm just a sucker for shiny things, but with the red and the gold, and it just looked really cool. And I'm probably going to regret this later in the week. And hopefully, I'm assuming these faction wars are going to be around to stay. Hopefully we can change allegiances like at least once a week or something like that, so I can collect all the armors. But I ended up pledging New Monarchy for a third time, which I even thought was super ridiculous to myself. But, you know, that's what I ended up doing, to each their own. I am curious as to what you guys ended up pledging. So let me know in the comments down below which faction you decided to go with, or if you're going with a different faction for each of your classes, or what your decision was based on. Or maybe you don't care about the armor, you just care about the weapon. So anyways, again guys, I just wanted to make a quick video today, just kind of showcasing the armors and the weapons that everybody's offering. Hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you again soon.